Hey everybody, this is Matthew De Jesus, the administrator of the We Love Spring fan page on Facebook, and this is We Love Spring vlog number 3. Oh yes, first of all, before I start with the topics, I got several today. I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and may all your wishes and goals and special events go through as you plan for everybody. Alright, let's start. I got several topics I'm going to discuss about. I'm going to have a quick run over. I'm going to have a Windows Phone 8 follow-up. Also, I'm going to discuss about BlackBerry 10. The announcement of about Sprint carrying mostly global devices starting this year. The increase of the repair cost for customers who choose not to have the Total Equipment Protection Program. Also, I want to discuss about the Sprint versus News Network deal to acquire the remaining outstanding stock of Clearwire. And and finally, I will talk about the clowns at the board of directors and the department heads who are making a lot of half-baked decisions. And trust me, this one is going to be a beauty. Alright, let's get started. Let's start with the Windows Phone 8 announcement back on Monday. Microsoft and Sprint have announced that they will offer Windows Phone 8 devices on Sprint. Practically, they mentioned Samsung and HTC. Maybe Sprint is bringing 2 devices that haven't been announced yet. And as far as I go, the day before this announcement was actually made official, one of Sprint's most critical people, Mr. Alan F., decided to break the rumor, but he didn't have much details of which devices. How ironic that there was an announcement and there was a report from him after I issued a video a couple weeks ago, and I know he wasn't very happy with the questions I asked, and about what I also asked Mr. Aaron Michael Rowe from Technocove and WP Central. Speaking of WP Central, for what I've been reading, and yes, I have been reading a lot of stuff on the forums lately by myself, besides all my... Now, here's the thing. The stuff that some of their moderators and members have been posting is disgusting. Let's just leave it like that. Alright, second announcement. The second topic I want to talk about. BlackBerry 10. It is being rumored that Sprint will be joining forces with BlackBerry for the launch. That's a no-brainer. BlackBerry has about 3 to 5 times more share than Windows Phone on Sprint alone, and about 3 to 4 times on the national level among carriers. It's a no-brainer. And most of the share comes from business accounts for companies, especially in the manufacturing sector, and which they decided to choose CDMA devices over GSM devices. Well, actually, they usually get global devices, and I speak for known experience. I used to work for a major manufacturing company that deals with computer parts for the Department of Defense, and all the communications is done through a CDMA network. They chose Verizon, but they had global devices for the supervisors and management and upper management. Most of them use BlackBerry devices. They didn't use iPhones, or they didn't use Android, or they didn't use Windows Phone, because they have more confidence in BlackBerry enterprise services than anything else. And trust me, it's that good. I also want to talk about the relationship within Sprint and Research in Motion in regards to BlackBerry. It's been very solid in the past few years, because Sprint has at least offered 2, 3, or 4 devices until last year, of course, BlackBerry didn't have Research in Motion did not offer any BlackBerry devices because BlackBerry 10 was delayed for several reasons. They wanted to make sure the product was ready for prime time and not rushed. All right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, global devices. That's my next subject. 95% of mostly of the newer devices, or the medium and high-end devices, will be global, which will have both GSM and CDMA capabilities. Of course, CDMA will be locked to Sprint in the U.S., but you'll be able to use any GSM network outside of the U.S. Well, there's some people that will probably find a way to unlock it to use it in the U.S., but I don't see Sprint doing it before completing a contract. It also helps Sprint to bring much better devices. I thought they have been doing very good in the last year and a half, 2 years. And it also makes the manufacturers' life a lot easier. I thought Sprint would like to have certain brands like the Evo keep going because it's been very successful. All right, here's another topic that I didn't want to talk much about it, but I know some people were going to ask about it. And it's the increase for repairs, not customers that chose not to have the total equipment protection service. It's going out from, I believe it went up yesterday or today from $35 to $50. And I don't know if it's done. I'm guessing it's done for two reasons. One is probably the cost of devices is going up, and obviously they're going up, and they're getting more technical, they're getting more complex. And also, this could be a motivation to get people who are not purchasing total equipment protection to buy it. Personally, I have it. I don't have it for my iPhone. I decided to go through other means for insurance because Asurion doesn't cover iPhones on the Sprint network. Hopefully that will change very soon. But that's a subject that we will discuss on some other time. Alright, the next subject is the battle between Sprint and Dish Network to acquire the rest of the outstanding stock of Clearwire. This network has a problem. And they're going to have to clear a lot of capital, and they're going to have to do a lot of concessions with the FCC. The concessions probably will involve carrying channel, getting into agreements with companies like Lynn Television, Sinclair, some independent television and broadcasting companies that own stations in certain markets to offer their channels and charge and pay a fair price for them. In my market, I live in the Springfield, Massachusetts market. This network does not offer our NBC affiliate, which is owned by Lynn Television, and the ABC/Fox affiliate, because is one signal broadcasting two different channels, and they're not offering because it's owned by a but I call him a jerk because he's a jerk. The guy owns that company. He runs a publication called Business West, and I don't understand why this network is playing hardball with them. The station is not even owned by Sinclair. It used to be owned by Sinclair. Sinclair, you know, is not one of the greatest broadcasting companies. They got a lot of stations, but they try to make things so streamlined, especially with the newscast. It was horrible. But that's my opinion. All right, and the final deal. Here's one that I am very, very upset about. And this goes to the board of directors and the several department heads at Sprint with some of the decision making and some of their ideas that are pushing. I don't know if they don't like the idea of having a foreign company who's going to fix the mess that they have created. But unfortunately, many of them, if not most of them, will be gone the moment the SoftBank starts taking control, because they're going to want their own people. Even Dan Hess will be gone. And I know he's been part of the problem, but he hasn't been all the problem, because most of the problem has come from the department heads and the board of directors, who are making decisions and they're not even talking to the stockholders. And they should be talking up to the stockholders and making and let them decide what they want to do. In a good company, that in a good corporation, that's how it's done. If you consult the the people who you have to actually respond to, the actual owners, the stockholders, you have to respond to them. And if you're trying to bankrupt Spring before SoftBank takes over, you guys are going to set up yourself in the same mess as the owners of Solvay, which bankrupt Motricity Incorporated, and they are facing a major lawsuit in court. Well, this is it. It's been probably the longest blog I have done in a while, without ranting about Windows Phone Central or anything else. I hope that you can come up with ideas for I'm still waiting for ideas for what we should do for the award show, because I really want to do. I know we're gonna do like the phone of the year, decision, worst device of the year, troll of the year, whatever you want to vote. Just leave me messages. You can tell me I want to do this soon. I don't want to wait forever on this, and the final decision will be set by you, because I'm planning to have a voting system that will not be altered, and you guys will decide who wins the categories. We're gonna create imaginary prizes anyway. Alright, so this is the end of the We Love Spring vlog for today, Saturday, January 12th, 2013. This is Matthew De Jesus signing off. Hopefully to see you very soon. Bye-bye.